Hello. Welcome back to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Look at that, I got it right on the first try without even trying to mention Rule the Waves at all. Anyhow, we're going to see what we can get done here tonight. I've been releasing these every 2 days, and I think that's a pretty good schedule. I just finished one of my Rule the Waves episodes. Check out my projects, see if there's anything I can assign. Nothing yet. Of course, it's only June. The war is April, May, June. It's only still young. The war is still young. Do we have any confrontations here that are looming? I think the one over here at St. Louis will probably be the one. 12,000 versus 22,000. Yep, we are on our way. Hopefully another city falls. What have we captured? Doesn't actually say, does it? Maybe up here? We did capture over here. And we can't proceed any further due to this Army of Southwest Missouri. But maybe, since we have our depot now, maybe we're going to go over here and capture Lawrence. And any other cities? There's Georgetown, that's Confederacy. This is Confederacy. This is Confederate. Yeah, we've captured pretty much the whole state of Missouri except for St. Louis, and we'll try to do that now. We still need to try to chase the Department of the West out of Tennessee down here, but we've got our own problem. We've got other problems right now. However, once we finish, well, we're currently working on military. So this will be done in 3 days. Then we can start the Militia Act. That'll be done in another month. But that'll hopefully give us some reinforcements. And this military act will hopefully give us access to some weapons. All right, what do we got going on here? Let's do it, I guess. We outnumber them, but our morale is fragile. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. Maybe should have held off, but we'll see. Hopefully this army won't be very experienced. Ours probably isn't very experienced either. I think we're probably very green. But we got Lee in charge. We got Longstreet commanding one of our divisions. We got Pickett commanding a division. It's like we're, it's like we're in Virginia. This army will eventually, maybe, move east and take over the fighting in Virginia. Who knows? So they're determined, but they're green, and they're also defending. They are defending. Oh, this is where we had our first bat? Yeah, this is like it's St. Louis. So like, this is where we had our first battle. Okay, maybe we'll try the same tactic again. We'll see. All right, let's grab Lee. Put him into single line. Check out our morale. Confident, stable. Ooh, the baseline morale is 48. That's not great. But maybe we can make it work. Let's see what we can do here. It may take us most of the day, if not all day, to march up here. So we will just move forward. Boy, this game really kind of chugs when it comes to placing big formations. How dug in are they? Not at all. But if it goes to a second day, you can guarantee they're going to have some fortifications built overnight. So what do we want to do? I think we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We'll cross the river, like back here maybe. Hmm. Actually, maybe we'll aim to cross the river back here and come out from this side with our troops. And they'll have some forces that are essentially like kind of bogged down on this side of the river. It's Pickett's division. Cooper's division. Where is Lee at? He's back here. All right, confidence back up to. We're back up to confident with the morale. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty darn cool. I think we have the advantage in artillery too. I saw that they had 18 guns and they do have 3 batteries. Some of these brigades are. A couple of the brigades are a little bit weakened. I think we've probably fought this army before. Army of the West. And of course, our brigades are also kind of weak. Well, not too weak actually. So what do we got? Rifle muskets, musket, mixed rifles. Okay, so Longstreet's brigade has some of the better weapons, except for Armistead. Then we've got decent artillery. We don't really have any like the rifled artillery or anything for counter battery, but we'll take what we can get. Hopefully, if we can win this battle, it's an if, because again, we're attacking into a position here, and we do have numbers, but we don't have morale. But if we can win, or one of our goals here is to try to drive off their artillery crews and capture their guns, because I don't know what kind of guns they have. It doesn't really show you. But I would like to capture their guns. Get my hands on something else, something new, something the North can produce. And those are probably new artillery batteries because they are, full strength essentially. So maybe there's some newer weaponry. Meanwhile, this is Cooper's division. Let's let them rest up here for a minute. They're rested. They're not well rested. So we're going to give our guns a little bit of time here to rest up. And then, is this Pickett's division? He only has 2. Okay. Oh gosh, what are we going to do? All right, let's start marching Pillow's division over here. We don't want to go up that road, however. We want to go down here. So essentially, we're going to send the whole army that way. Longstreet, he has the better rifles. For him over here as well. Cooper, we'll come over here too. And then I think Pickett's division will stay on this side of the river, perhaps. And then we need to get Lee over here. Take it up to 20 times speed. I really like being able to zoom out like this and just get a nice view of what's happening. I know that with Fog of War, this probably isn't a thing. But I mean, look, I'm playing the Confederates my first time. They're, very badly the underdogs. I don't need more and more and more disadvantages, especially when you're just learning. In fact, I don't know that anyone's even watching these, but if you are, let me just say that I really appreciate you. I was hoping that some expert would come flying in and be like, hey, Tiny, this is how you do the game. All right, it's starting to get dark. So we're going to move Pillow's division forward here. We want to be able to get closer to the enemy lines for the redeployment, essentially, overnight redeployment. So you don't want to wait around for too long. It'll probably be dark at like 7 o'clock or something. I don't know. It's June. It should be night. The sun should be up for a while here, but all right. Who do we got here? Clark's division. They got rifles. All right. Let's start moving on up. Unfortunately, we're getting here at nighttime, which means they're going to be able to redeploy overnight to counter me. We're being cautious here, but again, we're outnumbered. Ooh, there go the guns. I feel like I want Clark's division on my right. Actually, no, they can stay here on the left. I just need to keep them at the edge of the fighting, essentially, because I really need to preserve my units that have rifles in them. So I can move up just a little bit here, and then I'll engage these skirmishers, which more than likely have rifles from the main division. Then we can move the artillery up the inside track here, which gives them some nice line of sight to some targets. And hopefully we'll do a little bit of fighting here before it gets dark, inflict a little bit of casualties. There we go. All right, they're still holding that river line, essentially, that creek or whatever it is. Because I do have the threat here of Pickett's division moving forward. All right, a little bit closer. They're going to wheel around and just annihilate me with rifles. Watch this. There it is. Okay, well, they're reacting. Let's get Longstreet's division up on my right. They do have mostly longer range weapons. And if we can, even though we're outranged here, if we can get 2 versus 1 in the firing line, that would be great. Yep, they are reacting. We're breaking them a little bit. Let's move Pickett's division up here. I thought I saw a fence. I did. Like this. Come on. There you go. Perfect. If only they had something other than muskets. And then get Lee up here to issue commands a little bit closer to the front line. Right, there are the detachments on the left. That's always an annoyance. Ooh. They did move that up, didn't they? All right, Pickett. I know this is risky, but if I can get them up there and start hitting those guns while they're forward, that'd be fantastic, actually. Come on, get up there. What are you doing? Go, go, go. And then, can we have everything just shoot up that like that? All right, we're definitely in range here. Where's Armistead? There he is. He's in the middle. That's actually kind of a good spot for him. Then Clark's brigade has these rifled muskets. And then whoever this is, that's Johnston. He has these Mississippi rifles. So we can actually pull him back a little bit. Make use of that range. Oh, come on. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. They're probably going to dig in. So we need to be ready to go down either flank, really. So what we'll do is we don't have many engineering points. So we're going to build a parapet like right here, I think. Yeah, it's going to be very small. Picket, we're going to come back here to this fence. The artillery, let's go deploy like this. Gives us nice lines of sight over the whole battlefield. And then we're going to readjust pillow like this. Pull them back just a little bit. In Longstreet, get that out of the way and go like this. Okay, Armistead on the right. That's not a great spot for Armistead, but we'll take it. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, they did. They fell back. That's actually really good. Okay, they fell back, which means Longstreet. What is that? It's a detachment. Longstreet can. Whoa, hang on. Longstreet can go up like this. Pillow. What are the losses looking like? We have taken more losses than they have. March forward to engage this skirmisher. There's more skirmishers. Just want to get the skirmishers out of the way for now. And then we can engage that battery, I think. This is kind of what I was afraid of, is taking losses. Like more losses than we're inflicting, because we're on the attack. Uh-oh, what are you doing? 12 pounder howitzer. Well, I guess we could move it like right there. There's only 4 guns in that battery. You'd think with a howitzer it would just shoot over. Alright, Pillow has run off those skirmishers. And then we're going to move Armistead up. Like this. You got to hold down shift button to make them not grab terrain like that. These guys have Mississippi rifles, so we're going to hit from all the way back here. And then Clark's brigade be a little bit further forward, but not much. Let's move Lee up. And get McBride right on the flank here. Do I not have any kind of... I guess I don't have any kind of cavalry in this army, do I? No, I don't. I thought I had cavalry. Maybe I don't. I guess I don't. I don't know. Go like that. Go like that. Go like this. These guys have rifled muskets. And we will have to scoot up a little bit further. And we'll have to skip a little bit further here as well. Then Armistead. Unfortunately, buddy, you're going to have to take the brunt of this. We're just eating losses to these skirmishers. Okay. Well, he's behind the parapet for now. He has no shots on anything. So we're going to move the arty up here, I suppose. A little bit closer. We are getting some shots in on the detachment, but we're not going to do very much damage against the skirmish line. We are catching up on damage done. So Armistead, I'd really like to get close enough to start capturing that point off of him. I guess we're going to grab the stream bed. Actually, we could move the artillery like all the way up here. But we gotta be a little bit cautious about how we do it. They don't want to maneuver very well. Okay, hang on. Let's pick it like right there. Oh, it's because they're in an artillery bombardment. I think he's like rallying them. Move up. Move up. Move up a little bit. Then Armistead. Move up. Now I think we can move our artillery safely. Uh-oh. That provoked him. Huh. How can I use Armistead here with his short-range weaponry? Well, for one, let's get Clark up here against the stream. This is also Clark. Is that... We have two Clark... Oh, Clark's division and Clark's brigade. I've got to go and like rename some of this stuff at some point. Oh, go like that. How's this guy doing here? He's eating some casualties. They're still ahead of us on casualties, but now we're running low on ammunition somewhere. Smith and Johnson, that's over here. Well, we'll use Armistead to absorb that detachment, the skirmishers. And that might actually... Where is Smith at? Oh, it's too late now, but... Armistead, Johnson, Clark, Smith. Oh, there it is. So my rifles, essentially, that have that reach are running low. Well, I think Ruggles is going to push across, get some flanking shots in. McCulloch's going to go across. We want to seize what we can here. We're moving across, and I'm going to push on those guns up there with Pickett's division. Okay. If I'm running out of ammunition on my rifles, then I need to get my muskets involved more, I guess. So next brigade's going to move up and hopefully chase off those guns. What's our artillery looking at here? Can we hit this brigade here with artillery? I think we can. No, hang on, hang on. What just happened there? Oh, that was Missouri State Guard. Whoops. Okay. Actually, that's what we can do is we can halt everyone. There we go. Then we can already there. Let's realign a little bit. We're still pushing up here like this. And then we'll see what our artillery's doing. If it starts moving, then we have to stop it. Alright, cool. Looks like we drove off their infantry. We drove off the artillery. So what if we rush forward and seize this railroad as cover? We'll want pickets up there with them. You know what? Let's do it all. Grab the whole thing. And Armistead is going to pull back here. No, no, no. Get in there. This idiot here is like turned around. And then we can get Clark's division, or whatever this is. I guess this is Smith's division, technically. And then Clark will go like this. And then Johnson with the Mississippi Rifles that's low on ammunition will go over here. And then Armistead's going to come this way. How are we looking over here? Oh, we're taking so many losses. We got embankment as cover. Alright, Armistead. Get going. And then our artillery has nothing really to shoot at. Whoa, hang on, hang on. I did that again. Halt. Alright, let's get him away from there. Alright, artillery, fire at those guys. Armistead, get down here. And then we're going to charge. There we go. And then these guys are not doing swell there. Armistead. What a weird way to march. Alright, we've captured the point at least. These guys back here took a lot of casualties, but so have we. Ah, we're... Wait, are we ahead? Yeah, we are ahead finally. We're idle with these guns, so we're going to shoot at that brigade. Idle. Do I just not have line of sight to anything? Is that the problem with that artillery? That might be the issue. These guys have no cover for whatever reason. Alright, Armistead's brigade. Move up. Ruggles brigade. Gonna shift over a little bit here. And that'll put the flank to these guys here. Remove McCulloch to the right a little bit here. We're getting up there towards a victory now. The question is, how messed up are these guys? They're pretty messed up, actually. So Pickett's brigade has taken a lot of casualties. Lots of casualties. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push up Armistead on the left here. He's very far from home as far as having a commander. Hang on, I know what I can... Can I... I can't. I was going to transform over to Pickett if I could, but it doesn't look like it's a thing. Historically, Armistead was under Pickett, so there you go. Alright, now we're going to pop over the rail embankment and put some fire into the flanks. In fact, if I can get into this field, that might give me some cover, I think. This is his first battle. He's doing really well so far. Slack's going to move up here. And we're shifting everything we can to the flanks of this brigade here to hit them like from the sides, essentially. Johnston with the Mississippi Rifles. My artillery, is it firing? Doesn't, well, it looks like it might be. Alright, so Johnston can move over to the middle here. I don't need him on the right anymore. I need the artillery on the right. Oh, okay, they're redeploying. So that means we're going to fall back, and just move, I guess. Go, go, go. No, what are you doing? Just go, 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 go. Oh, okay, that was almost horrifically ugly. All right, you know what? You need some positive reinforcement over there. So I'm gonna send over Longstreet to sort of fortify him. What the hell is going on? Why are they in our rear like this? That is so stupid. This is that same division that broke earlier. Screw it, charge them. And then we break. Yeah, of course. That one broken brigade like that went down here has like walked up behind us for some reason. That's so ignorant. I hate that kind of thing. It's like such a gotcha. Well, now they're retreating. That is really annoying. But we did inflict a lot of casualties on them. And let's march our troops up here. Charge them up there. Charge them up. Try to catch the artillery. Looks like they're just fleeing, I guess. Alright, well, that was dumb. If we had any kind of cavalry in this army, we could have sent something down to deal with that. I thought they were just done. Like, I never thought they would possibly recover from that. Longstreet's demoralized. Yeah, it's going to hurt our long-term plans here. So we did get all their guns. We inflicted a lot more than we took as far as casualties go. So I guess it's not like a total loss or like a total annoyance, but boy, that really sucked to just get flanked, get attacked from the rear by a brigade that ran off, and like we couldn't catch them with anything. I don't know. We did cost them almost 1 whole% for their morale, their national morale, and we gained 1% on our military experience. So we'll see how this looks in a minute here. We've captured 2,900 rifles and 8 guns. So we lost 390 killed and 254 missing. So we have like a lot of wounded. Hopefully we have hospitals and things over here around like Nashville. I think we got something in Nashville, like a hospital. I don't rightly know. But we should begin seizing St. Louis. And there's nothing I can do with this army right now because they're still technically in the battle. Oh, I guess there is something we can seize down here. So we're actually going to go down here and seize Jefferson City. We are in the move. Yes, we are. Good of you to notice. Meanwhile, Army of the Mississippi, 8,000 troops. Let's zoom out a little bit and see where people are going. Army of the Ohio, that's possibly heading up to St. Louis to reinforce. Oh, let's save the game real quick. Confederate 1, save, just in case I happen to crash again. Okay. Yep, it's going up to St. Louis. Meanwhile, we need to get in there and capture the city. We're working on it. All right, how are we looking down here? I think we can probably attack right here and do like an auto resolve. Military policy enacted. The Confederate States Army is receiving more support from politicians. Recent blah blah blah. We can we can do further military funding. So I think we can put more into military subsidies. So we can strengthen blockade, secure the flow. We can build up the Navy. It's actually not really what we want. We want army stuff here. But let's check our finances. So we can't actually Yeah, we can't increase the military by any more. However, we can start working on that Militia Act number 3. So let's do that. It's going to be more than a month, but we desperately need just more soldiers. Lee needs some cavalry. So we're pretty near Kentucky. So let's get some cavalry going. We're going to do 2 Kentucky cavalry brigades, I think. Or we could do a Mississippi one as well. We'll do Mississippi and Kentucky. Let's put a, for realsy, if we have any kind of cavalry officers in charge of these. What do we got? Bowden or Bowen? That's fine. It's pretty good. Archer, replace him with a cavalry fella. Robertson. Ooh, there's a Lee. I think that was Lee's like nephew, like General Lee's nephew. There's another Stewart, Ransom Jr. This guy isn't famous, but he's got good stats. But we'll put we'll do a little bit of nepotism here in Lee's army, where he'll have his nephew under his command with some cavalry. Now, can we give them any kind of cool weapons? We can give them carbines, and we'll give these guys musketoons. Not very fast shots or anything, but they are just better. Like it's slightly slower shooting, but it's got an extra 50 yards of range, so we'll take it, I suppose. Okay. Now we need that cavalry. That'll be here in 25 days, and well, 25 days either way. So I have a feeling the Missouri State Guard's just going to sit still for a little while anyhow. So let's push up here. Can we do an auto-resolve battle? Well, maybe... I don't know. What do I have here in this army? That's the Army of Tennessee. Okay. The way to look at something when it's in a siege is to do this. You go to another army, and you just go like that. So there's no cavalry in that army either. These are the guys with all the horrible weapons. In fact, I want to check our infantry weapons real quick. Weapons. We have carbines. Getting some reboard muskets into stock now. We've got some Springfield muskets. I'm going to give those Springfields to Armistead, because the Missouri State Guard is essentially the army that's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So upgrade them to Springfield muskets. Now we do have some trouble rolling in here. Army of the Ohio, 6,000 troops, and then Department of the Ohio with 19,000. So maybe the thing to do here is to cross over and hit them now before the rest of the... No, hang on, that's not going to work. We're going to stay still. Yep, we're going to stay still. What's this? Weapons delivered. Oh, we got some 12-pounder howitzers, do we? All right. Well, we're 45 minutes into this, so I think that's going to be the end of this episode, because it looks like we've got a battle happening up here around St. Louis. I'm trying to see if I can, like, St. Louis. There it is. It's 58. Well, oh no, I think it's ours. It's got the red, so it must be ours. So we're gonna have a battle over here. We have to take care of that. Then Jefferson City is already... All right, then. I think I think because we captured, yeah, it's probably because we captured St. Louis. So we are going to move over here and attack Lawrence, Kansas, I believe. And that'll be it. That'll be it for this particular episode. I might just go ahead and record the next one immediately because I'm very curious to see what happens. Check my projects first. Anything assignable? Not yet. We're very close to having Austrian rifles. So that'll be exciting. That might be next episode. All right. Well, appreciate you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.